I think I may have found the culprits. Hello and welcome to my allotment vlogs. I have an allotment on a brand new allotment site, and so I'm starting everything from scratch. I've had it a little while now and there's some structures that have gone in but it just basically means that there's nothing here, or there was nothing here, and I've had to do everything myself, get everything, all the wood together, even so much as build a fence, which needs a lot of work still. So if you are new here, my name is Sherry, and if you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button to follow along with how I progress on this plot and how it will grow and change over these coming months, years, and the likes. So I haven't been down for a couple of days, and honestly I'm really nervous to see what's changed. The weather has all of a sudden, I mean, we're in high 20s now, so I don't know if everything's died, dried out, survived, eaten. So we're going to find out together. I'm going to go and have a look. Now, the last time I was down here, I dug out a small pond, so we need to check on that and see whether it's held water or not, because that was kind of the experiment. That's kind of where I left it. Check on the tomatoes and some brassicas, and I've not really got a plan today as such, so we're going to kind of play it by ear, probably water everything first because it's already starting to get really hot. So let's go and have a look and see how everything's getting on. So this is my makeshift pond. It's retained the water. I mean, it's been 3 days, I think. It's a little bit low. I can imagine that's due to the heat and the sun and everything, so I think that's more evaporation than anything else, but that's really good. That's encouraging that it's holding water. So I've picked up some rocks so that I can tidy this side bit up a little bit, so that'll be a job to do today, but I'm really pleased with that. That's great. That's a good start. Over here we have some sugar snap peas, which, yeah, they seem to be doing okay. It looks like I've lost a few, not massively though. Obviously need a good watering. Got beetroot in there as well. They still seem to be okay. I think I've lost a couple. Looks like I've lost a row actually. I think I've lost this row here because there were 3 rows, but we've still got 2 rows growing. Strawberries, I lost the plant in the middle, and my poor little strawberries, have dried up. That one's been eaten. Somebody's enjoyed that before I can. One day we'll have a strawberry to taste. Rhubarb. Poor little sunflower has wilted. Now that is a sorry state of affairs. He needs to be planted if he's going to survive. Will he survive? Can I bring him back? I don't know. I mean, he's very dehydrated. A couple of plant pots. Then over here we have some pumpkins. Melon looks like he's clinging on. Big pumpkin. Now, I thought he'd snapped here, so I weren't sure whether or not it was going to survive, but he still seems to be growing, although I don't think he's going to last much longer. I think he's got a hole in. I think somebody's eating him. That's such a shame because that was like a racer pumpkin. This one was golden courgette. That's completely dead. That's gone. It's gone out, that one. So that can come out. Have a look at the melons. I mean, the melons are still growing. Just need a good water. There's flowers on there though, look. And I mean, that one's doing okay. Pumpkin's going for it. So there's still life. Right, over here I had Brussels. They're still going strong. And cabbages. No, cauliflowers. Who's pulled out? Somebody's pulled out fuller. That's got to be birds. Literally pulled the whole thing out. I mean, they're very well they've been so packed. My netting is poor. I have bought some more proper sort of butterfly netting to put over the top, so that'll be a job to do today, but that one survived and he's not even under the net. But these poor buggers. Bloody birds. Right, so netting is going to be a job today. Now then, the other things are all in the polytunnel. So, fingers crossed. Let's go and investigate. You ready? Oh. Oh no. Oh, my glasses are steaming up. So my head in the polytunnel and my glasses have steamed up. I can't see anything. It's not. Right, let's get this door open because it's red hot in there. My sweet corn is looking wilted. The tomato plants that my plot neighbour gave me are just not happy at all. Okay. Let's get this door open. We do have success though here. So these are my tomato plants, although they're looking a bit brown, so they could do with some nutrients maybe. What does brown mean, guys? Is that dehydration or is that nutrition? Because I'm not sure. But look at these tomatoes. How cool are they? Got some more. There's another plant there. It's a second plant. I didn't realise that I had to separate. Well, there's a second plant growing there. I think this needs probably tying in. My beefy tomato. Look at that. Second plant there again. Didn't realise that I needed to separate them. Got some more growing. So maybe it's time to take these bottom leaves off. These are starting to grow side shoots. So yeah, brown leaves, is that dehydration or is that nutrition, guys? Let me know. What I've found in this polytunnel is a sort of running theme that anything that's in pots dehydrates very, very, very quickly, which I need to combat somehow because I'd like to grow from seed in here. So I'm thinking if I can get some sort of trays, some sort of water trays, like a little trough that the pots can sit in, that I can water the trough and then they'll always have a water supply. I think that's what I need to think about and work out what I can use to do that, because everything's just, yeah, everything just kind of dies in here if it's in a pot. But it's so warm in here. So today, what we're going to do first, I've got 3 jobs that I really do need to do, and that's sort out the water container, because a viewer told me that they were a little bit concerned that over time, that if that water container gets really full, which is 1,000 litres, I had it stacked up on kind of like a crate system. But there was a little bit concerned that if over time the crate system rotted and the water container fell, that it could damage anything or damage something and possibly hurt somebody. So I need to rethink that today, probably put it up on some sort of bricks. I've got some breeze blocks that I'm going to put up, I think I just need to make sure I've got access to the water tap underneath it. So I'm going to do that today. Tidy up the pond area and re-net the brassicas. It'd be nice if I can get another bed filled up today, another planting bed. I think what I'm going to do first, I'm going to sort the water system out first, because I need to water everything. That's first and foremost. So we'll sort the water system out first, then water everything, and then we'll go from there. That's what we're going to do. Now I've put my summer house key down somewhere. I don't know what I've done with it. Oh. bit. Okay, so it's taken me about 20 minutes or so, half an hour, but this is the current situation. It's up on breeze blocks. It does have a large pallet underneath it, but it's not quite as high. So hopefully it's off the floor high enough now that I can still access the water. But it's a lot safer than what it was before. Also, my next door neighbour at home gave me a couple of fence panels. It's like, can you make use of these fence panels? I'm like, I'm sure I can. I'm sure I can. I've had them here since I've had the plot. Now they've got a use. So I'm just gonna put some more water in here because I bought a couple of containers down with me just to top it up a little bit. We do now have, which I haven't been able to investigate yet, so I should do really, but for those that don't know, we don't have like a water supply as such. There is a stream that goes around that sort of edge, but it's a very sheer drop. So other than a bucket and string, yeah, there's no real easy method of getting the water out. However, so the landowner originally was going to put some of these in that I've got dotted around the plot and just top them up from the stream with a pump of some sort. However, but over here he's got this massive water container which one of the other plot owners tells me holds about 9,000 litres, and I seen him putting it in the other day and pumping water into it. So at some point or other in the near future, hopefully, I need to go over there and have a look and an investigation and see how the thing actually works and how we get the water out of it, because that's very, very handy now. So I'm just going to top mine up a little bit with the water that I've brought down, and then I'm going to water everything because, whew, definitely needs it. Definitely needs it. Okay, so hindsight's kind of kicking in a little bit. I eventually want to paint this summer house, and this is really close, so I'm not going to be able to paint down the side of it. So at some point I'm going to have to move it over a little bit. I think I've got some guttering now to put up on the summer house, which is a little bit late, but at least we've got it. Now the sunshine's blazing. But I think once I start to put the guttering on, I think at that point I'll shift it over a little bit just so I can access the side of it to paint it and seal it, to help make it last as long as possible. So yeah, a bit of hindsight, but never mind. I picked up some Tomerite, so we're going to use that, and I'm going to do all the plants, everything with this, I think. Tomerite, 20ml for 4.5 litres. I think my watering can hold 6 litres. 20ml. Okay. We'll just put the 20ml in, I think. Or should we go 25? We'll go 25. Okay, we'll go 25. Ugh. Fingers crossed this lets water out now. Perfect. Let's take this useless netting off what's left of my brassicas. So I've just come over to water all my sugar snap peas, and something's had one of those out as well. It's like proper dug it out. Very dry. I don't know if it will survive. I'm sure it won't, but we'll put it back in anyway. Very crispy and dry. Doubt it'll survive. But I wonder what's doing it. I wonder what's pulling them out. They're growing quite well though, some of them. Or what's survived. And there's another one that's been pulled out. So I'm just tidying them up a little bit and guiding them. Why do I feel like they're all the way over there? So I've just guided them back to the frame because some of them are starting to face away from it. So I've guided them back to the frame just to, I mean that bunch there, that's all dead and crispy, dead and crispy. But everything else is doing okay, so I'm really happy with that. Yeah. Right. Let's go and check on the pumpkins. So everything's been mass watered and I've got some butterfly netting, so I'm going to put some butterfly netting over the brassicas and hope that that does a better job than the netting that was already on it. Just quickly guys, I mentioned it a while back when I first started vlogging that something gives me blisters. My arms at the moment they feel like they're burning and they come up, I don't know if you're going to be able to see them. I come up in these like this rash and then they turn into sort of water blisters and I'm not entirely sure why it is. So if anybody knows if there's any way of preventing it barring full hazmat suit, let me know in the comments below because it's very very itchy and I know kind of by the end of the night my arms are going to be covered in water blisters, which is not fun. But let's do the butterfly netting. I think that's going to work much better. The netting is definitely fabulous, brilliant idea. And I have these ground sheet pegs that I've just kind of pinned the loose bits down with, just to sort of block the gaps and what have you. I think I'm going to put one there as well. But hopefully that will deter whatever it is that's coming and helping themselves to my food. I think I may have found the culprits. Look at him, swanning around like he owns the place on somebody else's plot. That one there though guys, look how lovely that looks. It's so neat and tidy. I wish mine looked like that. Not a chance in hell. But it looks really lovely. It's like a proper garden. Like what a garden should look like. Look at that as an example. My plot is definitely an extension of my brain. That would be perfect. In my head, ideal. In practice, I don't know why, but yeah, it's just not. I don't know, but eventually it'll come together. We can all dream. I think finally now I'm going to sort out, tidy up the outskirts bit of this wildlife area, pond. It's looking very green, but I did fill it up with rainwater that I'd collected off the tarpaulin from all that rain that we had, just to test the ground sheet out to make sure that it held the water. So I think it's holding. I just think it's evaporating because of all this heat that we've got. So yeah, I've grabbed some stones from the entrance just to pretty this little area up a little bit. So we're going to do that, make something look nice and pretty for, I think, the final sort of part of this vlog today, because I've been here a couple of hours. It's surprising how quickly time flies, and still I haven't got done everything that I want to get done. I'd like to have filled a bed up, but it's just the heat is so intense, and to fill one bed up is about 6 or 8 trips to the manure and topsoil area, which is right at the start of the allotment. So I don't think I'm going to get that done today, but let's sort the pond out and make that look a little bit nicer, aesthetically pleasing. Not exactly a wall Jerry'd be proud of. If you watch Clarkson's Farm, then if you know, you know. But that's kind of half a bag that's done this side, and I think I need another half a bag to go around the other side, and then probably another half a bag just to top it up so it's nice and full. But that's a work in progress. So the next time I come in, because the stones are right at the beginning of the allotment, I'll grab another bag the next time I come in and then do the other side of it. But again, small progress. I do have some a small pond like this in my back garden, which has a few small pond plants in, oxygenators and such. So next time I come down, if I remember, I'll harvest some of those out and put them in here. There is a sloping area here, so if anything gets in, it can get back out again. There's two sort of, I say deep sections, they're not deep, it's really not a deep pond at all, but there's a little bit of depth and there's a little bit of hidey places in there. So I might also put some rocks and stuff in there, stack some bits in eventually, and hiding places and all the rest of it. So yeah, it's another part of the plant that it's got a little bit more shape to it, or it's getting some more shape to it. Just a little bit at a time, guys. Some days it's really frustrating. Some days I come down here and I think, oh my god, there's so much to do, it's looking an absolute bomb site. And then other days I'm like, I sit and I look at it and think, oh, I've done all of this and I'm really proud of myself. So today's one of those days. I am really, really proud of myself. It's areas of the allotment are starting to take shape now. There's just so much more that I want to do. I'd love to sort out a new sort of fence, or at least get the one that I've got up and looking a little bit prettier. But yeah, one day, bit at a time. So in true allotment style, that one last job of sorting the little nature pond out turned into just one more job. I ended up putting up a bird feeder, which I've wanted to do for the longest time. I've had that bird feeder for so long. It was like £4 from B&M. So that is definitely my last job of the day because I am roasting. So please, if you like this vlog, or you haven't checked out my channel yet, please do check out my other videos. Hit the subscribe button for future uploads and to follow the journey through bringing this allotment into some sort of order. For those of you that have stuck around and comment and like and subscribe and all the tips and hints, they're so much appreciated. Thank you all so much. I do listen, I do take it in. It might take me a couple of vlogs to get there with the advice that you've given, but I do listen and I do take it in. So thank you for taking the time out for commenting. So thank you for watching. If you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button and I shall see you next time. Bye for now.